Hello, and welcome to the first episode of Santi Studios podcast. Today, we will be discussing while pharmaceutical industries are developing the cure for COVID-19, why states are trying to grant assured access to the vaccine as soon as it's released. Okay, so the first point of discussion, we will be speaking about how this is seen from a realist lens. What we must first understand is that states in realism, they seek power and they seek security. And they will basically seek for this relentlessly because they are aware that they are in a self-help system. So this basically means that states, they have to look out for themselves. And what they seek is power. And given the world pandemic that we have right now, and it's a global issue, once the state has the vaccine in their hands, this gives them the power. And this will mean that they no longer have to be interdependent and depend on what is going on around the world. But since they have the cure, they will be able to go back to how life was before this global pandemic. And this will give the state the power. And this is what realism seeks, for states to have the power. So through a realist lens, this is why it's ideal for them to have the vaccine. Okay, so now we will be explaining this from the liberalism point of view. The main difference between the liberalism and the realism is that liberalism would view this as a global problem. And since it's a global problem, this means that it would need a collective effort to find the cure. And this is more ideal, especially in this situation, just because it has affected the entire world. So since it's an issue that's affected the entire world, we would need a collective response. And this is just a lot more positive, because if you have a lot of different societies, a lot of different states working towards the same solution, it's a lot easier and it will be a lot faster to reach the same goal. It's a little bit different from the realist perspective, because the realist just wants the solution for their state so they can benefit. But if we take this situation from the liberalist point of view, then it can be seen as a collective issue. And given that it's a collective issue, we would need a collective response, a lot of different states working together, and this will grant us a faster solution. So this would be the ideal point of view to develop the cure and to develop this issue. So basically, to wrap up this podcast, I mean, we could even put constructivism into this and say, is this virus even real? Would it even be a problem if everyone just is allowed to go back outside? But just from the point of view that this is something actually that exists, and it is something that concerns the world at the moment, a liberalist point of view is just a lot more beneficial, because it's a lot of states working towards that same goal. So this will just make that process a lot more quickly, and the solution a lot more faster. And that's basically it for the podcast today, guys. I do hope you enjoy, and we'll see you next time.